Hello, everyone. Native English Video Dictionary.
Hello, my name is Keela Rose, and I'm a native English speaker from the United States. This video has been made exclusively for Native English Video Dictionary. I'm going to explain an expression to you. It's an idiomatic expression called at the end of your rope. To be at the end of someone's rope is an idiom, meaning it's figurative language. It doesn't really mean that someone is holding on to a rope. Figurative language, as you may know, is language that is not literal, language that uses images to paint a picture of a situation that's not actually happening, but seems similar to what's actually happening. So it may help you to understand this expression if you try to visualize it. When a person is at the end of his or her rope, it means that they have run out of patience, run out of strength, run out of tolerance. They're simply in a situation that they don't want to deal with anymore. You can picture it by imagining that someone has fallen off of a boat. And picture this was a long time ago, and someone actually threw them a rope so that they could grab the rope and get back onto the boat. But if the rope was too short, then it wouldn't reach the person. So the end of the rope wouldn't help them. So to be at that point means that you can't help it anymore. You're beyond help, and you've just run out of everything that could potentially help you. The British version of the expression is to be at the end of your tether. The British word tether refers to the ropes that they used with animals a long time ago when the animals were allowed to go out into the field and graze on grass. They would tie a rope around the animal's neck and then use a hammer and a nail to secure the other end of the rope to the ground. Then the animal was able to move freely around to eat all of the grass in that area. But as soon as the animal got to the end of the rope, it couldn't go any further. And that's what the expression means in both the British version and the American English version. It means you can't go any further with this situation. Synonyms for this idiomatic expression include I can't stand it, I've had it up to here, usually with a little hand gesture to show that you are all filled up. To be at your wit's end. There are also more modern versions of this idiom. The young people these days, the millennials, are fond of saying things like, "Ugh, I'm over it," or "I can't even." There are no real antonyms to this phrase because people don't usually say that they can take a lot more pain and stress and punishment. That's just not something that most people usually say. So there are no real equivalent antonym expressions. You can use this expression in a variety of ways. For example, the year 2020 and the pandemic have been really hard on a lot of people. A lot of people are at the end of their rope when it comes to tolerating the pandemic and having patience for all the new rules and regulations and masks and so on. If you would like to use this expression, try to save it for a time when you feel frustrated and you feel like giving up on something or stopping something that you've started. For example, you could say, I'm at the end of my rope with this job. I want to find another one. Or, I've reached the end of my rope in this relationship. It's time to break up. Remember that being at the end of someone's rope means that it's time to make a change because they cannot keep going along the path they were going on, and they cannot keep doing what they were doing. You've reached the end, and there's nowhere left to go.